Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3. Are we live now? Okay, so I started streaming. And here we go. So this is, let's see how the quality is. So everybody can hear me. And can see the audio. So here you guys. So this is I'm trying out something new with Livestream. So I'm using the C100 Mark II, and I also now have OBS control. Can do some close-ups here and close-up like this. So actually I'm not quite sure if the close-ups actually looks as great as the wide, because I noticed that the control of the Black Magic is actually showing me this. So I'm actually at 60i instead of like 60p, while actually my camera is on 24p, and I can't find it in any of the settings how to change that to 24p. Not quite sure where the setting is for that. But right now we are doing a quick unboxing. Well, no. So we are going to unbox this. This is the Coman Mini Slider. So I bought this because I actually, if you notice that like recent years, I haven't done much of like a orbit shot a lot of my product reviews, because also mainly because I've moved from the Netherlands to Hong Kong, and the main thing is, or I've been traveling around, and having like a big slider rotating around a product, it's a little bit difficult. I have the Shark Slider Mini, which is still quite big, and also the annoying thing is I need to use electronics to connect it, and also use my phone to change the point of it moving, and that just is too much for me. So that is why I bought this Coman Mini Slider. So it's quite a small box. So when I open this up, so let's open it from this side. We have a foam here. So this is quite a small slider, as you guys can see. Actually, make it a little bit easier. Well, this goes up. So here you can see the slider, and the size is quite nice. So holding this next to my GH5, so it's like 2.5 size bigger. So this fits in my bag if I would need to travel, and it also comes with a foam mount. So this like foam mount. Honestly, this probably I won't really use, but this has a special feature. If you notice this here, there's a beam here which I can slide, and I don't think you might see it, but this middle section actually rotates. So the main thing is when I actually want to do a slider shot, it could do that pan automatically for me. And I've seen a lot of reviews. This one has no reviews on it yet, but also I noticed the build quality, and I've seen a lot of Coman tripods before, which aren't that bad build, and they are actually quite high quality. And this is like carbon and quite nice metal. It's actually quite well built, and I feel like yeah, this is going to be a nice product for it. And actually, let's see what's else here. So booklet and nothing. So small manual. So let's put this box away under the table. this also. So we're gonna put this. So here we have actually feet that we can move into certain angles and then lock it down. However, probably won't use these feet that much, and mostly really rely on the tripod mount here. So there's a 1/4 inch and a 3/3 or 3/8, so you can mount it directly onto your tripod quite nicely. And mainly gonna mount this ball head on here. Actually, let's move. Need to see what you guys are saying. So this is quite a small tripod, and also the thing is, this is actually quite light also. But the main thing I want to do is make it rotate. So I'm going to run my GH5 on here. Probably would use a ball head with a quick release slider instead of using this ball head where I need to twist on it. It's just going to show you guys how this rotates. So let's actually, for me, turn this on so I can see what it does. Makes it easier if there's no lens cap. And let's point this to the camera here, and actually this is right now it's panning a little bit too far, so I can alter this. Put it down, put it down. And actually this feels really nice. Actually makes it probably too far away filming the C100 with this. So let's do something closer up. Let's do the monitor of my computer here. So I can align it. Need to figure out how I can use like quick buttons to change the camera. But let's see. Here. On that side. That. So now wow. Definitely this feels really solid and smooth. Like honestly, like doing that rotation pan and sliding, if you have like a slider with that with just a normal pan head, it's really difficult to do it, but this is really easy. I'll do a quick recording here and then I'll grab the SD card, put that onto the computer, and we'll do then a quick preview of how that looks. So of course it's also kind of dependable on how smooth you are moving it left and right. Makes a little bit of drag sound. I'm not sure if the lock is. It might be the wheels just making. Okay, so that I recorded. So this makes it much easier to do that pan around a product. And main thing with a lot of the electronic ones, I know they are more precise and you can control the timing of it moving without you moving it, but mainly like setting it up is also a hassle with the electronic ones, because it mostly they need big motors to do all those movements. And also connecting it with your phone, you're like several minutes later. And uh, literally, if I'm filming a wedding anywhere, I rather have something that I can quickly set up and just directly do the shot that I want. And this, I feel like moving this rods left and right makes it actually quite easy. So let's, I've got, whoa, no, SD card. I haven't used my MacBook for a while, so don't know where the SD card port was. So I need to probably get a better chair that's not that noisy. Yeah, there is actually I think there might be a bigger track, but I find this size, this fits in my backpack easily. So if I'm traveling, or if I'm next time going to like one of the camera shows, I won't want to have like a big slider, because the next camera show I'll be going is CP Plus in Japan. And yeah, I'll need to fly there, so I don't want to bring like huge gear. So this would make it actually easy to get like a small tripod, put this onto it, and then like walk around at the shows and film like product shots. Because before I haven't done that at shows, I've mostly done like pretty static shots, or like handheld moving around a product. So this would be perfect for that. So I really like how smooth it feels. The only downside I see is these knobs are a little bit tiny, so I'm afraid if like over tighten this, because you kind of need to tighten it, because this push that makes this pan actually pushes this rod quite, or it gives like kind of like drag on this rod in the middle. So kind of need to make sure these are really well locked. But I feel like if they change the shape of it, it will be slightly nicer. And let's see, go to the SD card, to the last clip here. So play this clip and put this in screen capture, so we can see. So it's a little bit messy on my office here. I can see a little bit more practice. Okay, doing it quickly is a little bit odd, but I think with like a little bit of practice it would look nice. Especially slowly doing it. And also if you do like 50p or 60p, adding a little bit of slow motion. And yeah, that was it for this. So is any quite, or are there any questions here? So I do feel like this is quite a nice slider, because before I used like big dollies under the tripod to do that movement, because you could basically, because you have 3 legs or 3 wheels, and basically you lock down one of the wheels, so both of them can actually do that rotation. Later was like with a slider and doing the pen, but I was never able to get like really smooth movements. With the Slider Mini, I just am not that reluctant to set it up, because the battery life isn't that great. You need to connect it with your app, and this being like non-electrical, basically quick setup. Really, I like how easy this is to change this pen. So if I need to set it up like how it pans, so I can actually do a outward pan. to lock this one down. Okay, so this one needs to lock down. So outward pan. And the opposite be inwards. It's quite easy to get the correct control also. Just make sure at the end you want to first set up where you want to aim it at, and then change this pan how you want it to pan. Actually, just in the middle, make sure it's just straight in on the target what you want, and then at the end you can move it outward, inward by moving this small knob on the side here. So they're actually quite easy. So are there any questions about this product? So the size of this is actually 8.6 inches, so it's not overly huge, so many camera backpacks should fit this quite nicely. The rest, these feet can have like individual, you can rotate them to extend, and also these can be changed into an angle. So change OBS to close up. So here these can be moved out to an angle that you want. So let's see. Maybe you can use the rubber to pull so it can work smoothly. Actually, I don't think the rubber bands. I've tried use the rubber band technique. I've never feel like it's really worked. Personally, what's the easiest way is to put your finger onto the wheels or onto the track itself, and then use your finger to make a drag. So that would actually makes it a little bit easier to do like a slower pan, because you're adding drag with the touch of your finger instead of yeah, I don't feel like pulling on a rubber band would work that great. So actually let's try this thing out. So let's see, so let's go to the close up. I need to see if I can change this OBS to be smaller. I need to actually have multi-screen to make this easier. So this on the back here, because otherwise we have like the IGTV, which I really hate. So need to change this. This knob is okay, over tightened. What is this? Okay, and then that. So it's only the top here that moves. Let's see, why did I put my phone? Okay. See, so the S9 Plus fits nicely here. Let's put it on here. It's actually quite interesting. Like for a lot of people who think like filming with your phone is silly, nowadays I feel like your phone can do quite a lot, and especially with macro shots, a lot of phones really get super close up shots. Because I've actually on a wedding, I filmed a wedding ring really close up with my phone, because I noticed like a lot of my Sony lenses actually don't really have macro, and probably need to buy like a 90mm f2.8 soon. And okay, this could work nicely. What is this? Okay, so that locks the pen. you can put your phone onto it. So if you're a mobile filmmaker, this has like a pretty nice actually pan head for your phone. Actually, I feel like if I want to use my phone more often on a tripod, I would use this head. This actually looks pretty good, pretty nice. Let's see, does any of the things go in the shots? I can actually, well, angle it this low. Okay, until it pans like that. Okay, so need to change a little bit of the pan here. Okay, I can do this angle without actually getting the slider in shots. Actually got like quite a nice shot here of the GH5 and the lens pretty close up. Till good. Use the mount for external monitor for the train. I don't think I'm not quite sure how you would want to mount that, but like with the Xeon, I would use like an L bracket. The L bracket actually holds quite nice with quite a lot of the Xeons. Yeah, with moment lenses or lens adapters. I actually have a quite large anamorphic lens here. So let's put that on here. So yep, definitely can hold that really well. So yeah, this is actually pretty cool. This also feels pretty nice. Like there's a little bit of drag, but actually makes it nicer to do like a pan and actually manual tilt. Okay, so basically these locks, you can actually add a little bit of drag, or at least at the pan side, you can add a little bit drag. But this one is basically, if you fully unlocked it, it's like, whoa, okay. So this, actually, I need to actually find like a better clamp for this anamorphic lens. This clamp is just a simple clamp. So any other questions about this slider or any slider in mainly all kinds of other sliders, because I feel like a lot of brands are going towards like big, pretty, or actually now are finally downsizing their sliders, because before a lot of people are using like half-meter sliders or 1 meter sliders, and personally after using like the glide track and the beginning, I feel like that was just too huge to bring for a lot of weddings. I've used it like once or twice, and then like pretty much waited till like the small slider was a Spanish company, I don't remember anymore, but they had like a really small slider. But we also recently have the Edochrome, the Slider 1 Pro, but the issue is I really like to use it for time lapse, but the Slider 1 Pro doesn't have that rotating pan on it. So you need to buy probably like an extra thing to make it even work better, but it's just adding to the cost, and it's also really expensive if something breaks on this. This actually is quite affordable. This is like $109 on Amazon. There's a link in the description below, and I feel like, yeah, this definitely, if you want to up your YouTube game or up your yeah, videography game, this is pretty nice, and it worked really well with GH5 with the head. Don't feel like any major issues. Of course, I only had put it onto a table, and also this table isn't really that stable. So, so it, for what it did was actually quite decent. So, if probably mount on a tripod. Let's do that. So, how is the audio coming to Indonesia? I'm not quite sure, but I was able to at least buy it, and it did send to Hong Kong. So I'm not sure if there's other sellers on Amazon that might sell the same product but do send it to Indonesia. Also, they are selling it also on eBay. So I've seen them selling it there too. So this is the Manfrotto compact slider or compact action. Actually, I like this or compact action tripod. Personally, I like this tripod because it's lightweight, and secondary is that it's quite quick to set up things with it. So, how is the audio actually? So in Lazada, so I'm not sure. Like Coman is like, I think, quite a recent company, because I've seen them around only like in a lot of Hong Kong shops, but I don't see quite a lot of people reviewing their products. But this definitely like is a really nice slider. So can feel it's very nice and smooth. I only have a little bit of drag more in the middle, but might be because of the pan movement, because pushing this pan. But it's not really an issue. Overall, it actually feels quite nice. Okay. So I think this, I'm pretty sure this probably be like the one of the best things. Because I've been looking at like few others, but there are a few others that has like a wooden design on the side, or like more metal design, but those had like issues of people saying it fell apart and all everything, and this one didn't had any reviews on it. While I already actually have like a Coleman dolly, so this and actually was pretty good build. So seen Coleman at like trade shows and camera shows before, their quality of tripods weren't actually that bad. And the only downside were they were a little bit of a copycat of Manfrotto, but this is quite an original, or not really extreme original, but at least the size is quite an original, and the design, it looks quite original. Of course, like the first person making this pan, like auto pan system was Nitsan. So Nitsan Simonov was like the first person I saw on YouTube who has made it. I've myself also made in the past a similar system, but it was just too big because you kind of make it with two sliders. But this being so small, it's quite nice. So a lot of upcoming videos from now on, you will see more, yeah, rotating around the product shots. So yeah, that was mainly it. Hope you guys found this live stream quite interesting. If you have any questions, please comment below and I'll yeah, comment back. And yeah, that was mainly it. So thank you guys for watching and I'll see you the next time. Bye bye.